Hello, good afternoon, all of you. So today we are going to start the revision of EME. From our first chapter, that is vector analysis and Coulomb's law. Okay, first of all, am I audible to all? Hello, am I audible to all?
Yes, madam.
Okay, and is screen visible?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, madam.
okay. So we have already seen the important points from this chapter, and at the time of teaching, I told you which questions are asked in exam, right? And on which particular points the MCQs can be asked, or those are asked in exam. We have seen this, but today we are going to see the point-wise questions. Means I will tell you the which questions are asked for MCQ type and which are the theory questions. Means the second and third question, okay, from your question paper. I'll share you the tutorial booklet so that you'll understand the questions which are asked in exam, okay. And for MCQ type of questions, for whatever test we have taken, these questions were these all questions were from our question papers only, okay. So we'll start from our first point. Okay, there are so many points, but we'll take uh, very important points only. Means on which the questions are asked. Okay, so first point is scalars and vectors. Okay, so scalars means those which have only magnitude. Okay, scalars are the physical quantities which have only magnitude, and these. Okay, so scalars having magnitude and vectors having magnitude plus direction. Okay, plus direction. So this question is asked as a MCQ type of question. Okay, so vector is a physical quantity that is having magnitude and direction. Okay, then we have seen they may ask the examples. Means the scalar quantities are time, distance, etc. Okay, so and vector quantities are like acceleration, then force. Okay, so they may ask you, they may give you the example, and they may ask you the question, MCQ type of question, as is this a scalar quantity or vector quantity? Okay, so such type of questions are asked as a MCQ type of questions. Okay, then the next point is vector algebra. The vector algebra contains, algebra means it is the addition and subtraction of two vectors. So we know how we are representing any vector. So if I consider that vector is a bar, then this vector is having its magnitude and direction. So if there is direction, then there is a bar. Okay. Now vector algebra means vector addition and vector subtraction. Now while doing vector addition, there are two laws. Okay. First is the law of parallelogram and second is the triangle law. Okay, or head to tail law. While addition, we are considering two vectors, a bar and b bar. Okay, so two vectors are given in your exam, and they may ask you add the vectors. So if there are two vectors, then this is a bar plus b bar, and while subtracting, then it will be a bar minus b bar. And here, if the question is asked find a bar minus b bar, then you don't need to uh, don't need to means you have to change only the direction. Okay, you have to change only direction there. And if the vectors are given in the coordinate system, like a Cartesian coordinate system, then there is no problem. You can directly subtract the vectors, okay, according to your coordinates. So this is vector addition and subtraction. Okay. Actually, vector a bar is given in Cartesian coordinate system. So I consider a vector a bar as 3 a bar x plus 5 a bar y plus 7 a bar z. Okay, and second is vector b bar is equal to 2 a bar x plus 3 a bar y plus 4 a bar z. Suppose I consider this as a vector. This is very basic. Okay, you already know, those who have attended lectures, they already know about this, but those were absent, they can understand. Okay, so you have to add only here the coefficients. Okay, 3 plus 2, then 5 plus 3 and 7 plus 4. Okay, so this is very simple, same for the vector subtraction. Then this question also in exam, this question also asks as a MCQ type of question. Okay, as a MCQ type. There is no 4 or 5 or 6 marks question on this scalars, vectors, or they will not ask you explain what is mean by scalar, define and explain scalars, vectors, vector algebra or addition and subtraction. Okay, they will not ask. So they will give you 2 vectors and they will ask you just find the answer. Okay, means MCQ type of question. The next point is dot product and cross products, similar to the addition and subtraction. Okay. So dot product, actually multiplication in multiplication of vectors, there are two types, dot product and cross product. So a bar dot b bar dot product is of two vectors a bar dot b bar is equal to mod of a bar mod of b bar into cos theta. Means if we are considering two vectors, vector a bar and vector b bar, and if there is angle between two vectors is theta, then the dot product of these two vectors is given by this equation, and the cross product is given as a bar cross b bar is equal to mod of a bar mod of b bar into sin theta, and there is a unit vector as a bar n. Now why there is unit vector? Okay, why there is unit vector? Because while finding the cross product, we are considering two vectors on a single plane, and there is one perpendicular vector. Okay, the perpendicular vector is there which is normal to that plane. That's why the unit vector is taken, and this is a cross product, and we know the dot product is a scalar quantity. Okay, if we take the dot product of any two vectors, then it is a scalar quantity, and the cross product of any two vectors is a vector quantity. Okay, that's why we have to multiply by a unit vector so that we can get a vector quantity. Therefore, we are multiplying by this unit vector in the cross product. Just remember this, the angle is cos theta for dot product, sin theta for cross product, but as cross product is a vector quantity, we have to multiply by unit vector, that is a bar n. Okay. Then there are some applications of this dot product and cross product. These equations of dot product and cross product are asked in exam as a MCQ type of question. or they may give your vectors a bar and b bar. Okay, vectors a bar and b bar, and they will ask you find the dot product of these two vectors. Okay, so vector a bar may be given in Cartesian coordinate system and vector b bar also, then you have to find the dot product of these two vectors. Okay, same for cross product, but mostly for cross product they may ask the uh, equation only. Okay, or they may ask the angle. Now the next point is introduction to coordinate systems. So we have seen three coordinate systems. First is hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. So coordinate systems. Now there are three coordinate systems. First is Cartesian or rectangular coordinate system. Okay, Cartesian or rectangular. Then second is the cylindrical coordinate system, and third is spherical coordinate system. Okay. And one more thing, there are applications of this dot product and cross product. So what is the application of the dot product? What we can find from dot product? We can find the length of projection and vector projection. Okay. We can find length of projection and vector projection. Okay, and this length of projection and vector projection, for them there are some formulae. So for this vector projection, actually for length of projection it is g bar dot a bar f. Okay, that vector which you are projecting and the direction of the direction in which you are projecting this vector g bar. Okay, that is nothing but length of projection, and as this is a dot product, if this is a dot product then it is a scalar quantity. Okay, so you will get the length of projection, and for vector projection you have to multiply by unit vector. Okay, means it is g bar dot a bar f into again unit vector a bar f. Now on this application also MCQ type of question is asked. Okay, for example, find the length of projection or formula of length of projection and vector projection, or they may give you formula and you have to find is this length of projection or vector projection. Okay, then similarly there is an application of this cross product is you can find the area of parallelogram. Okay, area of parallelogram. Then how actually this area is found? If we are considering the two vectors, then means vectors a b bar and a c bar. If there are two vectors a b bar and a c bar, then this area of parallelogram is given as a b bar cross a c bar. Okay, and you can take the mod. Simple. And if you do the half of this, then you will get the area of triangle. Okay, so these are the applications of dot product and cross product. Now the coordinate systems, these coordinate systems are very important, and this is basic of your electromagnetic engineering, because you have seen everywhere we need to take the coordinates of the systems. Then we always need the differential lengths, then the differential areas, right? That's why we'll see first the coordinate systems. And they are not asking any question, means any theory question on this coordinate system actually, but the question is asked on the differential lengths, what's happened, differential lengths, then differential areas, or they may ask also question on the differential volume also. Okay, so Cartesian coordinate system. This Cartesian coordinate system means what? Or rectangular, or a rectangular coordinate system. Now here we are considering a rectangle. Okay, one rectangle is there. Okay, so this is placed in a Cartesian coordinate system. Now, for this system, the coordinates are x, y, and z. Okay, x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Angle between any two axes is equal to 90 degree. 90 degree. Okay. Now, as the coordinates are x, y, z, then their differential lengths are dx in this direction. The differential lengths are dx, dy, and dz. Okay, very simple. And if there is a vector, then dl bar can be written as dl bar is equal to dx into a bar x dx a bar x plus dy in this direction dy a bar y and plus dz a bar z. Similarly, you can write the differential surface areas, that is ds bar. Okay, so for this ds bar, we are considering one plane, one line which is perpendicular to the particular plane. Okay, so if the plane is xy plane, then the differential area will be dx dy into unit vector. If the plane is xy plane, this plane, then this plane means what? X-axis and y-axis are there. Okay, x and y-axis are there. So the differential lengths will be dx dy. Now tell me, to this plane, the unit vector perpendicular to this plane is a bar z. Okay, is a bar z. That is in z direction. This vector is in z direction. Therefore, the unit vector is a bar z. Similarly, you can find the differential surface area for different planes. Okay, you have to add only. And the differential volume is dV, which is equal to dx dy dz. Okay, so like this you have to find these differential lengths, differential surface areas, and differential volumes for every coordinate system. Okay, so for cylindrical the coordinates are r, phi, and z. For spherical coordinates are r, theta, and phi. Okay, now in cylindrical coordinate system, I will tell you only the differential lengths now, because from differential lengths only you can find the differential surface areas and differential volumes, and these questions are compulsorily asked in exam. Okay, so for cylindrical coordinate system, the differential length is dr for r coordinate. For phi, it is r into d phi, and for z coordinate, it is dz, because phi is the angle. Okay, it is the angle, that's why it is making an arc. That's why we are finding r, that is r into d phi. Then uh, for the spherical coordinate system, again the differential length is dr. Then for theta, it is r d theta, and for phi, it is r sin theta. Madam, okay, r sin theta d phi. Okay, so these are the different differential lengths. So from this differential lengths only you can find the differential surface area, then differential volumes also, and these questions are compulsorily asked in exam. Okay, uh, always there is at least a single question on this single MCQ type of question on this coordinate system. Okay, you have seen this differential length, differential volume, differential surface area, or they may also ask you, they may give you example or the differential volume, length, or surface area, and they may ask you find the coordinate system. Okay, so you must know these equations for of the coordinate systems, and in exam they will not ask you actual coordinate systems, explain the particular coordinate system, but you have to identify the coordinate systems. Okay, the next point is introduction to line, surface, and volume integral. Line, surface, and volume integral. Okay, so from line integral, what is formula for line integral? Can anyone tell me? And what we can find from line integral? Okay, so from line integral we can find the work done. Okay, work done. Then from surface integral you can find the current passing through the surface. And from volume integral, what we can find from volume integral? Can anyone tell me? Yes? Anyone? What we can find from volume integral? Okay. Yes, anyone? If rho v is given, volume charge density is given, yes, we can find the charge and also we can find the current. Okay. So for this, actually, theory question is asked, means explain line, surface, and volume integral. Okay. So next point is now curl, divergence, and gradient. Okay. So first we'll see what is meant by this divergence, gradient. divergence, gradient and curl. Okay. So here we require a del operator. So this del operator is a vector quantity. Okay, del operator is a vector quantity and it is given as this del bar. You can write this as a only del or a del bar. Okay, but remember this is a vector quantity. So it is given by dabba upon dabba x into a bar x plus dabba upon dabba y into a bar y plus dabba upon dabba z into a bar z. Now this is del operator and it is a vector quantity and we have to operate this operator on any vector or any scalar. Okay, so when this del operates on a scalar quantity, when this del operates on a scalar quantity, if I consider this scalar quantity is v, then it becomes this is equal to gradient. Okay, this is equal to gradient. Now as we are multiplying by this del to a scalar quantity. Now this del is a vector and this v is a scalar, then this gradient is a vector quantity. This gradient is a vector quantity. Remember this. Now when we are taking the product, we are multiplying by two ways, that is by dot product and by cross product. So when we take the dot product, okay, when we take the dot product, that is del dot, if I consider any vector, if I consider vector a bar, if I consider vector b bar, d bar, okay, so if there is a dot product, that is del dot a bar, then this is called divergence. Okay, this is called divergence. Now, as this is a dot product of any two vectors is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. And next is the cross product, that is del cross a bar. Now if there is a cross product, then it is called curl. Okay, and this curl is also a vector quantity. Okay, only dot product is a scalar quantity and this curl is a vector quantity. Okay, now which questions are asked? First is they may ask any example. Okay, find gradient, find divergence and find curl. Now these three points, you have to write the formulae of these 3 points in 3 coordinate systems. Means for gradient you have to write formula in Cartesian, cylindrical and spherical coordinate system. Likewise for other 2 quantities, that is divergence and curl. Okay, so you have to write the formulae and you have to remember these formulae because these are very important formulae, and you need this formulae while finding the examples on curls, Stokes theorem also. Okay, you need this, you also need this in divergence also, because divergence means del dot d bar. When we are seeing the concept of divergence in second chapter, there is a divergence theorem. That time we require this equation. Okay, so you must remember these equations, and when example is asked on any of these 3 points, means gradient, divergence or curl, so there will be compulsorily 1 mark for your equation first. Okay, because you are not able to solve the next points without this equation, so there will be compulsorily 1 point on this equation only. Okay, on this equation, or you can say the formula also. Okay, formula. And then there will be 2 marks for your steps. Okay, and 1 mark will be for your final answer. Okay, for final answer there will be 1 mark. So these questions are asked only as a 4 marks questions. Okay, 4 marks questions only. Uh, or in as a theory, they may ask explain the concept of gradient, divergence, or curl, or explain the significance of divergence, gradient, and curl. And we have seen this in the respective lecture, and also we have I provided you the notes. Okay, so you can uh, do from that. So on this, or they may also ask the MCQ type of question also, or find the divergence, find the curve. Okay, so on this point they may ask you MCQ type of questions also, and also theoretical questions, means 4 or 6 marks question also. Okay, now the next point is the Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay, so Coulomb's law, this Coulomb's law is important because it is frequently asked in exam for 4 or 6 marks. Now actually question is like this, state and explain Coulomb's law. Okay, in vector form. So this is the tutorial booklet actually. So this question, state and explain Coulomb's law, also derive it in vector form. Okay, this question is frequently asked in exam. So how you can write this question actually? So when state and explain is asked, then your statement is firstly important. This statement carries 1 mark. Okay, explanation carries, this question is asked in asked for 4 marks, so your explanation carries 2 marks. Okay, then 3 marks are there, and you have to write the vector form also. So if that question is asked for 4 marks, then you can split the marks like this. But if the question is asked for 6 marks, wait, then they will see, check your units also. Okay, statement is necessary, explanation you have to write F1 bar equation also, and F2 bar equation also, and final equation of Coulomb's law. Okay, whatever direction you have considered, that is F bar 1 2 or F bar 2 1. Accordingly, you have to write the equation. Uh, uh, you have to write the unit also, because a unit also contains 1 mark. Okay, so if you are not giving unit, then they may cut your marks. So this question is asked for 5 marks here. Okay, so unit is also important. Okay, now and on this Coulomb's law, they are asking examples. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, find force. Okay, so these questions we have seen, this is asked only for 4 marks. So if any example is asked, then you have to first write the given data. Okay, first write the given data. For that given data, there is a mark. Then you have to write the formulae, and you just put the quantities given in that formulae. So